think about it even before that, like me to you,
Right.
you know, I mean, I didn't have like a cell phone. You guys had flip phones, you know, like
Yeah,
it
like
was,
the pay-as-you-go T-Mobile.
I mean, we had pagers and I didn't even have a pager, but that was like the thing for us. You had to find a payphone, which are non-existent anymore. So
I remember when we first, because texting wasn't even really like a thing
no,
until I was probably in high school. And even then it wasn't a big thing. I remember my first phone where I could text, but we didn't because you had to pay for like, there wasn't
you
like
only
an
got
unlimited
so many.
thing. You had to like pay.
Yeah.
It was like the Razor flip phone that everyone thought was like so cool. And it was literally like, now looking at it, it's just like ancient.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything except you could kind of text. Yeah, you could
have to hit the
like
letters
record a
or the
sound
numbers
for
like
your ringtone. Oh yeah, like
three or four times to get a letter. Yeah, and the ringtones, that's right. You could always do the ringtones.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of She's Got It Together. I'm your host, Jessica.
And I'm Samantha. Each week we peel back the curtain on what it really looks like to have it together.
From the messy moments to the milestones, we're here to share it all.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into today's topic.
Tell us your story, Jessica.
Oh, my story started with, I guess, getting married to my high school sweetheart after, gosh, how many years were we together before that?
10?
Probably longer than that. Let's see.
Crazy people.
Eighth grade would have been the first time we kind of locked eyes.
Who meets their soulmate in 8th grade? Not many.
Not many. No,
Not many.
No, definitely not. So, okay. So we did that. Married at 25, engaged at 24. Yes.
I was in your wedding.
You were only 19. Oh no, you were 17. That's right.
No, I was 17.
That's right. Because you and Sid got to have the little taste of wine before.
Of the champagne.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what we did. We had champagne. That was,
I know. We were like, right before you went and got married, we did a little champagne toast. And I remember they just handed us a glass and Sid and I looked at each other like, all right, we'll ride this wave. I mean, everybody else in this wedding party is over 25 or whatever.
Yes.
So,
no.
Yeah, we rode that wave.
You guys were definitely the youngest. That was funny.
For sure.
Oh,
I remember dancing with DJ's friend and I was just like, this is
that was his cousin.
Awkward.
That was his.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he hold his hand?
Yeah, he held my hand real weird, like up, like by my arm.
Very, like,
I'm like,
but very, like,
what do I do?
Official.
He was so
proper
sweet. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't enjoy dancing with us 17-year-olds either.
I was going to say, he was older than us, actually. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So definitely.
30?
That's funny.
Anywho.
Yes, anywho. Okay. And then, let's see. Who did Sydney dance with? Oh, the other cousin. He was even older than that. Oh my goodness. So you two had like the oldest ones in.
We had the old men.
The oldest.
And the young girls dancing together.
In the wedding party.
How dare you?
That's funny. Okay. All right. So anyways, married there. Year later, we had our first daughter, Hayden. And that was fun.
Was fun.
That was fun.
That's a curveball.
It was not a curveball. It was very much intended. But it was different in that, I guess, honeymoon phase that we were technically in, but because we'd been together so long, we just didn't feel like that was a real thing. So, yeah.
I feel like that's how Brett and I were too.
Rushing.
We were together first.
Well, yeah, you
so
were
long.
Then, yeah. And then you had plans immediately after.
Sure did.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'll wait to share my story. Continue.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see. After that, what did we do? 5 years later, had another daughter, Taylor. Just regular life though. You know, he worked as an electrician and what did I do? Oh, I finished my bachelor's degree in between that point. Yes, I graduated from Central, Michigan. So yeah, that's right.
We ended up graduating the same ish year.
The same year,
A year
different quarter or different halves or whatever. Because that was the goal. Like I wanted us all to be going together, but I think you guys went right after.
And we did the 5th year, or half of 5th year.
You guys prolonged it longer than I wanted to. So.
Yeah, we did by a year.
All right, let's go on. So yes, I purchased Ultimate Bundles after working there for about 5 years and own it now. We have all these other little ventures happening within it, but it's been quite a whirlwind, and it's only been, a year and a half still? Feels like it's been eternity because it's just been so much.
Yeah.
But yes, very fun. Very, I don't know, being able to bring you on has been fun.
And now we have the podcast. So this is a whole nother venture. My story. All right. Well,
how deep are you going to go?
I don't know. I mean, you really went down the rabbit hole there, but I'm 33, married to my husband, Brett, and we had our son, Bo, little over a year ago. So that's been fun. New mom. And then when I was pregnant, I started working for you.
Yeah.
I was a teacher. I taught pre-K for like 8 years, I think.
I forgot you were pregnant when you did that. For some reason, I thought it was before.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the timing was perfect because I got pregnant in February. I think you bought the company in April.
I did.
And then it just like worked out that I didn't want to go back teaching, after I had Bo. So you just came to me, I think in July, and were like, hey, you want to work for me? I'm like, heck yes, I do. I can work from home. I don't have to go back teaching. Because during that time, I mean, if anybody listening is a teacher, I mean, it's rough. So props to all the teachers out there. But yeah, so we had our son Bo recently. He just turned a year in October. So basically have just been navigating the new mom life, which has been fun, very challenging, but great, tiring. And then, we'll probably have some more here sometime soon, but I mean,
how many more?
On the one.
How many more are we going for?
Brett wants 3.
That's an odd number.
Well, there's 3 of us growing up because, fun fact, I am in fact a twin.
Yeah.
I have a twin sister. We have a sister named Sydney who
doesn't look anything like her.
Is also in the mix. Yeah, she's we're fraternal, so we don't look alike. But Brett wants 3, and there was 3 of us growing up. There's 3 of him.
But
and,
you know what? When you go on
up.
rides and everything else,
I know
you've got that odd man kind of thing.
There's the odd one. I know. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to see what happens after the second one, if we can, if we're so lucky to have a second one, and then decide. But 3 would be the max, but I'm kind of at the 2, and then we'll see what happens after that. But
so is it going to be if you get a girl, then you'll stop? Or
no, I don't think so. And quite frankly, I would be great with all boys. I know how I was as, a kid, and just the tood and I just don't do well with the drama. So I would be fine with all boys. And, we already have a boy name.
I was terrified of boys. I was so happy I had girls. I had a panic attack with Taylor thinking that she was a boy, and I was going to
I don't know.
lose my mind.
I mean, I was just, I have great girlfriends. I don't have a lot, but I just have not been, I'm just not the,
in high school, you were not, it wasn't all about the girls. You had boys that were just friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had really good friends that were guys. They weren't boyfriends. They were just friends that were boys. I had my really good girlfriends, but I wasn't cliquey. Yeah. I mean, I was a cheerleader and I did dance and all that, but it wasn't you were this drama filled. We were we had our own little group of friends. Me and my friends that were cheerleaders, we weren't a part of the drama. Half of the squad, we were our own little thing. We all got along great, but stay away from that drama. And I just, all the girl stuff. I was a tomboy growing up. You remember.
You were.
It's just not my jam. So I'm good with the boys.
No Barbies for you.
Boys, but I mean, we did.
You did.
We had the American Girl dolls
did
and all
say
that. We
Barbies, yeah.
did. I mean, it's not like I don't like girl things. It's just,
Yeah.
I'd rather go to like the football game or the baseball game. And of course, I could still do that with my girl if I have one, but And maybe when they're older though, I'll be like, oh, I wish I had a girl to go to like girl trips with, or go to like Traverse City and drink wine like we do with Mom.
I'll let you know when they're older. I don't know. I'm not feeling it just yet.
You're in like the thick of it now.
I
You
am.
got like 2 teenagers pretty much. I mean, Taylor acts like a teenager and she's 10.
Hormonal teenagers, yes. Well, 15 is the new, I think, 18 right now. She acts like Hayden.
Yeah.
Hayden
I mean,
is,
my God.
she's just crazy.
I feel like I would not survive in middle school or high school with this generation.
It's totally different.
I mean, I just look back.
Totally.
It's so different. The clothes, the attitude, just like the technology, everything. I mean, I would not survive. I was like collecting stuffed animals still, I feel like, and was just like,
Beanie Babies, I think, were like the thing that still, I mean, but then think about it. So 9-year gap between you and I. Think about it even before that, like me to you.
Right.
I mean, I didn't have like a cell phone. You guys had flip phones, like.
Yeah, like the pay-as-you-go T-Mobile.
I mean, we had pagers, and I didn't even have a pager, but that was like the thing for us. You had to find a payphone, which are non-existent anymore. So
I remember when we first, because texting wasn't even really like a thing.
No.
Until I was probably in high school. And even then, it wasn't a big thing. I remember my first phone where I could text, but we didn't because you had to pay for there wasn't
you
like
only
an
got
unlimited
so many.
thing. You had to like pay.
Yeah.
It was like the Razor flip phone that everyone thought was like so cool.
Yep.
And it was literally like, now looking at it, it's just like ancient.
It didn't do anything.
You had, it didn't do anything except you could kind of text. Yeah, you could
have to hit the
like
letters
record a
or the
sound
numbers
for your ringtone. Oh yeah, like three or four
times to get a letter. Yeah, and the ringtones, that's right. You could always do the ringtones.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
But I remember Sid got in so much trouble because she was texting her boyfriend at the time. And it's when the bills came.
I remember
paper bills came.
This conversation.
And it was this thick. It was like the book thickness of all of the exchanges. I don't think it said what they said, but it had the time
and the number, I feel like where it came from. Yeah.
And I remember my dad just like lifting it up and all of the paper like fell down and he's like, Sydney, like they had to pay like I think an extra like $300 or something for all of the texts that she sent. But, she didn't really know or think about it. Him texting my boyfriend.
It was only a word or two each time, too. It's not like you're texting like a paragraph and like there's substance to this content. It's like,
you gotta take advantage of that. Make a text paragraph and then.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's funny. Okay. So now that we've really aged ourselves.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what sparked the idea to kick off the podcast? She's Got It Together.
Well, I think our lives probably sparked it.
I agree.
I mean, there's a lot going on, a lot of things going on, like with ultimate bundles and living ultimately and all of that. But really, since you've been on board, we've kind of found this niche-ish kind of thing. I mean, I don't know if like moms and mom life are really a niche. In my mind, I feel like that contains so many different pieces. There's so many arms to it. You've got, the health. You've got, your entrepreneurship and just things like that. So, but this is where we can kind of talk about it all. We can get it all out, like everything that's happening with us, what we're struggling with, what we're having fun with, and hopefully we find some solutions to our problems along the way, not just talk about the craziness. That is the goal after all. But yeah, so this is something that will be really relatable to everyone, and hopefully you'll find us just nutty enough because we can get pretty nutty.
Please don't hate us if we just quote movies a majority of the time.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Hopefully you've all watched.
I feel like a lot of this did I hope I think a lot of this did just kind of come from it's just like you and I talking about work and, you know, the kids and balance. And it's like, I feel like other people would benefit from this too. And we just kind of are almost using it as like an outlet, but also hoping to help other moms and mompreneurs or whoever in the process.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many of us. There's so many of us.
And I know there are a lot of other podcasts out there, but you know what? Listen to this one because we are funny.
We are. You're never
and entertaining.
We're a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So
it's very true.
It'll be an adventure every time you join us. All right. So
look out.
Sam.
Buckle up.
Yeah, yes. Right. Look out and buckle up. All right. So I want you to share something quirky about yourself.
Quirky about me?
Yeah.
What's not quirky about
That's
me?
That's why I'm asking you this, because I have so many quirks.
I feel like it's hard to just like pick one. I'm sure my husband could tell you a bunch of things. One thing, like I did just mention, I feel like especially like you and I and like our sister Sydney, we can literally hear somebody say something and then look at each other and quote a movie quote that goes perfectly with whatever they said. And we will look at each other and laugh because we already know like the quote that we're thinking of.
Yes.
So I feel like that's somewhat quirky, somewhat brilliant in my mind.
Yes, it is brilliant.
Because, I mean, who...
But the time period for the movies is getting further.
Any time period.
I feel like
we're aging ourselves.
We are aging, but I feel like those 90s movies were like, you know, those
for sure.
were amazing.
Yeah. 80s, 90s, 2000s-ish, but I mean, after
early,
the mid-2000s, you've got me lost. There, you know, new movies, they don't
have as much,
like.
I don't know, they're missing
They don't have
something.
the rom-coms anymore. They're not as funny. Like, they're just not like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not my jam. So I would just prefer to watch old movies.
Yeah, right. Old movies
from the 90s.
That's funny.
I mean, I guess that's kind of quirky, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like if Brett was here, he could tell you. I mean, I'm a list person. I just like prefer to make a list, even if I have to like
quirky.
Just pick 3 things.
That's funny, but you are a list
either.
That's funny. Yeah.
I love my lists.
All right.
What about you?
Oh.
Let's share your quirky tidbit for the listeners.
Well, I'd say the movie quotes for sure go right along with us here in our house. We do have some of the newer movies because of the youngins. But
true.
DJ
no
and
liar for them yet.
No, DJ and I go back and forth on movie quotes constantly. We talk in a different language sometimes. We just continue to quote, and the kids are like, "What the heck are you talking about?" Like they'll look at us and they're like, "That's from a movie, isn't it?" Like, yes, dear.
It is.
Yes,
and you know what?
It's not one you've seen, but
you'll learn something.
Yes, someday. Someday. Oh my gosh. You know what? My quirkiness, I think one of my worst, well, I guess it's not worst, but one of my biggest issues would be cupboard doors not being shut. I have to shut the cupboard doors. Like if they get left open.
Well, I feel like that's a hazard if they're not closed.
Well, you'd be surprised at how many people leave these hazards.
Well, that's true.
Wide open.
My kid's not like, well, he's almost walking, but he's not really, But you know what? If Brett leaves one open or something, it's just like.
It's like you get something out of it and you leave it open. It's like the closet doors. Like they don't bother me as much. But cupboards in the kitchen or the bathroom, I will lose my mind. I will come in the morning, I will get up and DJ will have like made eggs and toast or something. So yes, the glass cupboard, he'll get a glass out, he'll leave it wide open, he'll go get the toaster, to pull that out of the cupboard, he'll leave it open. And this is like the only weird thing he does that really, the kids do it. I mean, Taylor does it. Taylor will literally walk through and look in something, keep it open. Go to the pantry, keep it open. Like, how hard is it to shut a cupboard? But okay, that's my
really hard. Apparently
it is, and that it really.
I did think of a quirky thing. It's more of like a pet peeve, but
Yeah, that's
I
probably what
hate
mine is too.
being bumped.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes. It's like
I hate being bumped. Especially like in high school, like the halls were so you're just constantly getting bumped. And I would look so pissed off all the time because I just could not stand all these people bumping into me. And it was like, not just that, but like if somebody comes up and, if somebody comes up and just accidentally bumps me, that makes me so, like that type of bump, can't explain it, like a quick brush bump type deal. I get so mad instantly. It drives me nuts. So I feel like that's definitely my quirky.
I like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, I think we just have so many weird things. I
think everybody does, though. Everybody's got their weird thing, their quirky thing, you know?
Stuff that sets them off. Yeah.
Everybody's a freak in some way.
This is true. We like freaks. We're fun freaks. All right. So let's move on from our quirks and let's talk about what you do when you're not podcasting.
Well, what do I do? I feel like having a 13-month-old takes up a lot of your time, which I love. So I'm definitely spending time with Bo and Brett. And, like on the weekends, like we'll go up, to our family cottage a lot of the time. Fun fact, Brett and I met on the lake. Both of our families have cottages on the same lake. And we met in 9th grade maybe.
See, you're not far behind.
Yeah, but we didn't we were friends first. We didn't actually start dating until after college. So, but still, we've known each other for 16, 17 years now probably. But anyways, so we go up north a lot because our families both have cottages on the same lake. So that can be fun and tricky because we have to bounce from cottage to cottage to keep things fair. But so we go up north a lot. We just, run errands, do little fun things around town. Now, if I have a second to myself, which is very rare, especially this season, like right now, Bo is being watched by my sister Sydney, and it was so weird coming home and not having him
him. Yeah.
Yeah, because normally when I'm working, he's crawling all over me, or he's in
our
the other room
mascot
or something. Yeah, he is. He loves being on Zoom.
I love it. Yeah.
But it's actually I feel like I have so much uninterrupted time. I don't know what to do with myself. But if I did have some spare time, at least right now, I feel like I would love to just lay on the couch with some hot chocolate and watch a Christmas movie. That to me right now is heavenly sounding.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to do that all the time. And now I understand why people are saying you're going to miss those days or take advantage of it now, for the next, until I die, probably. I will never
quite that long.
get to do that until, maybe when I'm an empty nester or something. But it's just I would love to just curl up and watch a movie with some hot chocolate. When is the last time a 33-year-old has had hot chocolate? I have not had it. Well, I lied. We went to that Crystal Kindle market.
Oh, yeah.
Market.
Yeah.
So cute. I did get the hot chocolate there because it came in a cute, tiny little mug that you got to keep.
That was the one in Chicago, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's
we went through there.
It's the same thing, but a little different. The cups this year or the mugs this year were different. So I had Brett got a beer, so he got that mug, and then I got a hot chocolate so that I could have the little cute mug. But that's me.
Funny.
What about you?
Oh, jeez. Well, aside from all the usual chores and things to do, I'd say that with family, it's going to be in the outdoors. It's going to be camping. It's going to be on the boat. It's going to be something like that.
Yeah, you guys do a lot of fun stuff.
We don't
take a lot of fun trips.
Yeah, we do. We don't go up north as much as you guys do.
Yeah.
But we have a dog. and dogs are not allowed up
Right.
north. So that's a problem.
Right.
And it gets expensive to keep her at the pokey all the time.
I know. You got to board that
So
thing.
I know. So yeah, we do a lot at home or close to home. Like we camp about an hour away where we have a seasonal site, and then we go all over the place. This year, I think we're going to go to the Porcupine Mountains and do like a whole UP trip for 10 days. So
Gosh, that'll be nice.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And then, we have got to slip for our boat. So we're on the boat as much as we can be on in the summer. In the winter, we don't do as much. We'll try to do some trips. I think last year, what did we do for Christmas? We went to Chicago. So we did that. And I think
I wish you would have gotten into that Buddy the Elf bar.
Yes, it's like a pop-up bar,
so fun.
pop-up restaurant. Yeah. But with the kids and the wait and the
sure. That's something where like we have to
adults,
the grandparents watch the kids, and then we can go.
Yeah,
maybe next year.
think that would be awesome.
That would
be very fun to do that. Yeah. So if it's just me, I'm a lot like you when we just chill on the couch
I just
quietly,
want to chill, man.
with I eat and sleep. Like I'm still like, and I
feel like I'm not a napper.
I'm not a napper, but being able to sleep in is different. That's different. Like that is great. And I stay up late. I agree. I'm a night owl, so I don't want to be up early in the morning. I just want to get up when I get up, and I'll stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're good.
Yeah, see, that's the dream right there. Getting up when you naturally just will wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Not being woke up by a crying child or whatever. It's like just being able to wake up on your own and do whatever you want that day, honestly. You can do absolutely nothing. Or you could go, to Target.
I know.
Wherever the heck
alone.
you like to go.
Target alone.
Alone. I was watching this reel, and this girl posted, a video of her at Target with her shopping cart and her Starbucks, and it said the only thing that ruins a Target trip, and then she pans over and her husband is walking right next to her. I'm like, that is so true. Whenever I go with Brett, he just is rushing me, and I'm like, excuse me.
You're going for these things.
We do here. Yeah. I was like, this is what Bo and I do here. Okay. You're not going to ruin this for me. I was like, don't come next time because.
See, this is where I've become
my
one
relaxation.
Of those pickup, order pickups.
Oh, right.
Because then I don't have to take the children in. Because if I go in with my kids, it's like they both go in different directions and they want everything. And obviously they can't have everything. But it's just that it's draining to try to
with Bo,
get them to
I
stop.
can just pop him in the cart and he just looks at everything.
Yes, and he likes to be out and about. So that's nice.
Yeah, he does. He's better when I'm doing something with him for sure. He gets bored.
I
don't blame you, buddy.
About the girls, but they want I need shoes, I need a shirt, or I need this. I'm like, you don't need it. You want it. Well, I don't have it. Well, that doesn't mean you need it. It's just
I know. It's us as adults have learned that. It's like we're saying all those same things in our head while we're shopping. And then we're like, better not.
Right. So I have to I've got to do it for myself and while we're there. So yeah, it's exhausting. So I do the pickup all the time. And I don't get to go in very often.
It's easier.
It is easier. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a COVID thing
on
too.
Your day alone, you can go shopping in a store.
Could go shopping in a store if I could ever get myself off the couch.
Yeah, seriously.
The couch is just so nice right now.
If you don't have to leave, why bother?
Right. I don't like people. I mean, I do not like people. I don't want people today. So
no.
Yeah. But okay. So how about let's hit this last one because we could ramble on forever with this. But let's talk about movies. So what movie best depicts your life, or what is your favorite movie?
This can be a little tricky because there's so many good ones. And if you have one in mind, feel free to go first.
I do have one in mind. Okay. So, and this one it's couples retreat. Like this one, I
Right.
love it
Yes.
because it really, a few years ago, it was more relevant, but it's still, I really like it. It's just that adult life with younger kids. And I mean, it's not even the friendship that they all have within this movie. It's more of just looking at the dynamics between, having Grandpa Jim coming in the middle of the night to watch the kids so they can go off on this, very spontaneous couples retreat that turns into kind of therapy. And it's almost like we really resonate with them because there's not an issue that you would say in our marriage, but when you go into something like that and look at it, I'm like, sure, there's things we could do better. There's all kinds of stuff. But you don't see it. And it's like you're losing the connection with your spouse. And I think that one, it always makes us laugh because obviously everybody in there, they're all comedians and it's great, but it's like a rom-com that's more based in reality, I guess. I mean, maybe not the single side, but it's still pretty funny. So that would be where I would go with my favorite movie or themed movie for my life.
I like that.
What do you think?
I feel
You're
like
still pondering.
I feel like mine, I can't remember the name of the movie, and I know Sam call. It's with Katherine Heigl, and she gets pregnant.
Oh, it's Knocked Up.
Yeah, it's Knocked Up. But I don't resonate so much with her in that movie, but the sister.
I did not see that coming out.
And like,
okay. The one,
because like her kid, like she's got the 2 kids, but like her husband's kind of like, this actually sounds really bad, but and that's not how like Brett and I's marriage is. It's just I could resonate with her knowing like you feel like you have to do everything and like
the perfection that she is.
Yeah. Like you feel like you have to do everything. You have to like have like the kids stuff together. You have to like mentally have all of your things together for what this kid needs or what your husband's doing or what you're doing. And your husband has like no care in the world and they're just like off playing fantasy football or whatever. And and it's just
gosh.
At the end though, like he kind of like realizes like, but it's just her humor in it, like her sarcastic humor, I feel like is how I can be sometimes with Brett when I'm a little irritated or something.
Yeah.
When he's like not doing enough in my book kind of thing. So I feel like that kind of resonates a little bit. I mean, our marriage is great. Like, but I just kind of was
disclaimer.
I feel like, she, like, just her attitude in there when, you just feel like you're not getting enough help sometimes. Yeah. And you have to have, like,
care more.
Conversation.
That's all it is.
Well, right. Yeah. Just care more. Yeah. That's exactly kind of it. I was just like, oh my God, it kind of resonates. I feel like not so much now, but when we had, first had Bo and, like, you had him, like, it's great. You think, like, people don't talk about a lot of times like how hard it is after like on your marriage sometimes that transition. I feel like we kind of struggle with that a little bit. And like everything's good now, but it took like just being able to like communicate with each other and that's exactly like just care more. It's like they do care. It's just like you need to like show me that you care more by maybe helping me with this or doing this and not just expecting me to do it because I've been doing it because it has to get done kind of thing.
Right.
So I feel like
I didn't see that. It did. And I love it. And it makes sense. But I did not see that movie coming. So that's funny.
I really didn't either. So I'm like, I'm kind of surprised myself with that one.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's leave it there.
Hope you guys enjoy the podcast.
Yeah.
Listen in. Tune in.
We'll have more, I guess,
ramblings
coming your way, I'm sure. But this is at least an insight of what you're going to get from us in the next episodes. So I hope you will join. Thanks for joining us today on She's Got It Together. It's been a real journey sharing and laughing with you all.
We hope you're walking away with a smile on your face and a bit more confidence in your step.
Remember, you're not alone in this crazy ride called life. We're all in this together, one day at a time.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and of course, share this podcast with all the incredible women in your life.
Join us next week for more stories, more laughs, and more real talk.
Until then, keep embracing your unique journey and remember, you've got it together more than you think.